Alright guys, we're gonna get started in just a moment. Hope the sound is okay for everyone. So, I did say that I was going to redo the video I did for this game earlier in the week. So here it is. I want to apologize for the sound issue that happened in the other video earlier. Alright, so this is Shonen Jump Plus Jumble Rush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this and introduce you to the systems, just like I did in the other video, and this time I hope you will be able to hear what's going on. Collecting my dailies here. So right now they're having a Kaiju number 8 event. Which is really interesting because it's kind of concurrent with its own game, Kaiju number 8 the game. But this is more of a multiverse Shonen Jump mishmash. Let me collect my passive rewards. So, as I mentioned in the other video, this game is a tower defense style game. For those of you who are not familiar with tower defense, basically both sides, you and the enemy, will have a base, HQ, or a fort. In this case, it is called a panel, like a manga or comic panel. And you are going to be running through various comic style panels and trying to place your units onto the screen in order to combat the opposite side's units, and hopefully get through those units and destroy their comic panel. So I want to go ahead and introduce you to the different character types. Okay, so this is my current set of units that I have either won in the gacha system, because this does have a gacha system. So the rarities go from rare, super rare, double SSR to ultra rare. All right. As you can see, the gold colors are ultra rare, the purple are double SR, the blue are SR, and the gray are rare, right? So this game also has a color affinity wheel, like most RPG style games have. So there is red, blue, yellow, green, and neutral, which is the little gray pentagon thing there. Now, as for job types in this game, so job types include attacker, debuffer, healer, tanks, and there's also a special class, and I'm going to show that special class to you. It's represented by the little pink square icon here. So these units have a special role during combat. As you can see down at the bottom, it says it increases the rush gauge and rush damage by 0.20%. So during combat, you get a meter that's called a rush meter. And every time you fill that up, you can perform an all-out attack with all the units that are currently out on the field. And I'll show you that later. So let's go through some of what's on the screen display here. So this unit, as I said, their role is a special role. They do not perform any combat duties. They don't attack at all. They are able to give your team a specialized buff. So in this case, this unit, like I said, increases rush damage when you launch your rush attack. All right. At the bottom it says special role wa Sento ni sanka or sanka, I'm sorry, sanka shimasen. All right, and again, it's a neutral element unit. It does not cost anything to resummon. All right, so it has 0 cooldown. Now, the initial summon cost, it says it costs 400 points. But again, it does not have any resummon cooldown time. So that's great. All right, this middle tab here, this is like the ultimate skill, or Hisatsuwaza. So this basically says you will be able to select one panel that the unit and its group is battling in, and let's see, the defense characters that are in that panel will have a damage increase of for 7 seconds, or damage cut for 7 seconds of 9.73%. Okay, so that's what this unit does for as part of their special skill. This is just an explanation of what this character specializes in. So again, for defense character units on your team, you can target a specific panel on the battlefield, and while that unit that it's buffing is in that specific panel on the field, it will reduce the damage that the defender will take for 7 seconds. All right, and in this case, it will cut damage for 7 seconds at 9.73%. All right, let's look at a different unit. Oh, I'm sorry, before I do that, so at the very bottom here, you're gonna see that these items are used to break through or increase the level limit of your units. All right, as you see in the little orange button, it says Jogen Kaiho. All right, Jogen Kaiho. All right, this actually increases the stars on the unit. Right? As you can see here, it takes 50 of these characters' shards in order to grade up. Okay, so let's look at another unit. Now, I've been upgrading these characters a little bit every day, and I've gotten a couple of copies of this unit, which I like because I like this unit. This unit is from Hell's Paradise. So at the bottom, you're going to see 4 different stats. So the heart symbol, or Tairyoku, represents that character's hit points. So once a unit has lost all its hit points, it leaves the battlefield, and there is a cooldown until you can summon that character again. In this case, this character can be resummoned after a cooldown of 20.2 seconds and at a cost of 985 points. The purple icon, which is Shate, this represents the distance that this character's attack has on the battlefield. So in this unit's case, he is a King Kyori unit. That means he is close range combat. Alright. Currently, the red icon shows that this character has an attack power of 10,225. Right? And then the last stat, which is Sokudo, that means it's the speed of the unit, right? So in this case, this unit is Hayai. Hayai in Japanese means fast. So when you summon this unit, they will be traveling fast across all of the battlefield panels. Alright, so this is a debuffer unit, by the way. So the role of this character is debuff. This character can do a combination attack, which can attack 3 times. And the highest damage on its ultimate skill is up to 12,000 damage. And the debuff is that it can cause burn damage status. Alright? And it's single target. This tab is Tokusei. Basically what this is special statuses that a unit has that gives them added advantages. So in Garan's case, he has fire damage protection, and it reduces the damage taken by fire by 15%. There's also a locked skill, and it is a poison reduction skill, which reduces the damage that he will take from poison by 15%. And again, this is the character's 1 point, which basically tells you what this character's specialization is. So his specialization is applying the fire damage over time status on enemies, and also reducing the fire damage this unit takes. And the actual role of this unit, I call it a debuffer, but it's actually called a technical unit. So if you see that little swirl icon, that means it's a technical unit. All Alright, so this is an attacker unit. It is blue affiliation. And it takes 14.4 seconds to cool down and resummon again. And it takes 980 points each time you summon this character. If you look down at the purple stat icon here, this says A Kyori. A Kyori means long distance attack. Right? So unlike the other character, which is a close range attacker, this unit is a long range attacker. And one of its passives is that there is a 50% chance to block freezing status. Alright, 50% の確率で氷結を無効化。Alright. Alright, so we've looked at an attacker, we've looked at a technical unit. We've looked at a special class unit. Now let's look at a tank. So this is Kikoru. I actually won my first copy of her by watching an advertisement to get a free pull. So I was so excited about that. So she is also a close range fighter, obviously, because she uses an axe. And her speed is actually normal. She's not as fast as some of the other units. And that's probably because they want their tanks to be a little bit slower in this game. She is an AoE attacker, which means she hits multiple enemies at once. And she does 75% of her attack damage status. And if her attack hits, it pretty much guarantees a stun on the enemies. Now this stun is only 1 second, but it could mean the difference between that enemy doing a huge attack on you or stunning them so that they don't get that attack off. And this character actually can have a 60% chance of blocking stun-based attacks. So again, her 1 point is that she can attack multiple enemies and she can stun multiple enemies at once. This will cause her enemies to be sealed for their attack. She kind of reminds me of some of the Final Fantasy units that have been in some of the franchises like Final Fantasy XIV Online. The Paladins, they have what's called a, a shield smack or something like that, where if they hit the enemy with the shield, it will actually knock them out of their attack charge. Alright, so we have looked at technical units, we've looked at attackers, we've looked at tanks, we've looked at the special characters that do not attack. I think that is all there is for the time being for the different types of units. Let's take a look at the gacha. So as I mentioned, they have a special Kaiju number 8 banner up right now. I have not been able to get these characters yet. I'm a little disgruntled about that, as you can tell. So let's see if perhaps we can scrounge up some currency. Gonna watch a quick ad here, get some currency. Now, I believe I mentioned earlier that this game actually has a pass, a game pass, which allows you to automatically do the ads without actually having to watch them. That way you can get your free currency through that, your free pulls, your free resources without watching the ads, just by pushing the buttons. And their Game Pass is fairly cheap too. I think it's around $5 US. You would think they would have refreshed. I guess they don't really have a monthly in this game. I forgot about that. So they have a daily currency that's free and a weekly currency that's free. Also, this is the panel that has all of the events in it right now. It looks like they've just released the new story part 2. And there's going to be what looks to be a raid boss that's going to be unlocking in about 14 hours. So let me get my daily free gems out of this. because this is a tower defense type game, sometimes it's easier to leave it on auto, and then sometimes it's better to like put it on manual. That way you have more detailed control over the units that come out. You don't really get that control when it's on auto. Alright, so that was a fairly easy win. Some of these event stages can be pretty brutal. Alright, it looks like the enemy in this stage is a yellow. And it looks like we get a free SR unit for completing this the first time. And we also get his shards, which is pretty nice. That means they've given out 2 free units during this event. I'm just gonna auto arrange my team here. Alright, that was fairly easy for a first level stage. Alright, easy free character, right? Hopefully I can acquire enough premium currency for this second story part that I can actually do a multi. This kaiju looks so much like the Gundam Mono Eye. And there you can see I'm doing a rush attack. Kind of some spoilers in there. Anybody that hasn't watched the show or read the manga. Again, if you are visiting and you are watching, I would very much appreciate your support. If you could give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe, I would be very, very appreciative. And hope that you are enjoying my live streams and my past videos. And if you could just spread the word that I am a fairly new content creator, bring your friends the next time, that would be awesome. I also have a Twitter or X account. It is the RP Granger, and I stream on YouTube as well as here on Twitch. So if you like this content, you want to see me do a lot more, please leave a like, leave a comment, whether or not you like the content that I'm making, whether you would like to see more of some other content that you've seen me do in the past, or you have any suggestions about what you'd like to see. I primarily play RPGs, mostly turn-based, but there are exceptions where I will play action-based games that are role-playing games, and I mean traditional Japanese style RPGs, not like Call of Duty and all that stuff. I don't play that, so you can't request that. But I do have some ideas in mind for what I might be streaming next. I also am streaming Claire Obscure Expedition 33 for those of you who like single player offline JRPG style games, even though this game was made by a French studio, an indie studio. They have done such an excellent and awesome job of what they've done with this game, and I hope that they are going to continue to make more. Oh, I didn't realize these things have what's called a beast bomb, sort of like in Naruto, the tailed beasts. That's pretty cool. I have to confess, I've never read the manga. Don't hold that against me. So some of these manga panels I'm seeing literally for the first time in this game. Alright, we're almost there in terms of premium currency. Wow, this stage's tower has some hefty health there. It does look like the auto team function in this game seems to be fairly good at selecting the types of units that will be strong against the opposing color. So I do like that. Takes a little bit of the guesswork out and makes it more of a casual, friendly game. I hope that that's going to be enough premium currency, like I said, to do at least one multi. If not, we might have to do one of the other plane stages. Oh, okay, good. We have just over 1,500 gems. So, let's see. 12,500 coins. And it looks like I can actually get... Oh, that's if I do the high level difficulty stage, which I've been trying to beat, but I haven't had much success because I think I still need to level up my characters a little bit more. It looks like if I level up the new free unit up to level 20, I can get more shards. But before we do that, let us try our luck in the gacha. Here we go. All right, starting out blue. Oh my goodness, what a jip. Nothing higher than an SR. That is really sad. They're gonna do your boy like that, huh? I figured they would at least give me at least one double SR, but nothing, man. That's so sad. Alright, well, those are the results of my multi. This banner looks like it's going to be around for another 21 days, so maybe I will have at least some luck by the time it's over. In the meantime, I'm able to upgrade a lot of my other character star limits. Alright, let's see what we can do with the new free unit. They made him an attack role in this game, by the way. In Kaiju number 8, the game, he's actually a defender. Alright, it looks like that's the end of my upgrades for him for now. I need more shards. Star him up. And he's actually an example of a slow unit. Oh good, I got more shards for that. And another badge. Alright, I've completely maxed out his levels and his stars. Pretty solid unit for a free unit and an SR. Alright, I'm going to try my luck at doing this free advertisement pool here. Not sure why you guys are still hearing the music and the sound in this advertisement when I turned it off. Alright, we're starting off with a double SR. That's good. Can we turn that into a UR? Nah. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay. New unit. So I'm having more luck pulling from the advertisement free daily banner pulls than the actual currency I'm using. That is so hilarious. Right, welcome home, Reina. Alright, that's gonna be it for this live stream for now. Again, I may be back later. And as I said before, if you like what you see in these streams and you want to continue to see more of certain games, please let me know in the comment section. And please feel free to invite your friends to come back. And I hope you will give me a like, thumbs up, and subscribe. This is the RP Granger signing out.